Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thursday Night SmackDown. How are you all doing? My name is Dominic, of course, behind the commentary table, and I was hoping to kick off this episode, this edition of SmackDown, with a bit more of an excited tone in my voice, a bit more of a joyous expression on my face, but instead, it seems as though Abby the Witch from the Firefly Funhouse has decided to kick off this episode of SmackDown with her own message after the Undertaker's final match at WrestleMania inside the confines of a Hell in a Cell with The Fiend, Abby's quote monster. And honestly, I have to agree with her. The Fiend has proven to be an absolute monster since joining the WWE over the last year. However, ladies and gentlemen, it's the first SmackDown after WrestleMania. Hopefully, we can start fresh, we can start anew. However, after that message from Abby the Witch, something tells me that destruction, that terror that we have seen permeate throughout the entire SmackDown roster will continue on. Okay, sure, we have some new faces here like Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson of the Club, and of course these two men, the War Raiders, but I have to say it, if I were them, I would be nervous, because you never know when the Fiend is coming. You never know when the Fiend will show up. However, right now, these two men have shown up to SmackDown for a battle as the former Raw Tag Team Champions, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the men who lost to Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate at WrestleMania, look to battle these two, the first ever Raw Tag Team Champions in Hanson and Rowe of the War Raiders. Now, of course, Gallows and Anderson are not accompanied by Finn Balor and AJ Styles, the other two members of the club, because Finn Balor will be in action later on tonight. He is the leader of the club, and you gotta think AJ Styles will be not too far behind him during his match later on against the current Intercontinental Champion, Drew McIntyre. But right now, we're kicking off SmackDown with some tag team action. Okay, we saw on the first episode of Raw following WrestleMania, they kicked it off with Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong taking on the Usos. However, here on SmackDown, we're going to have another tag team match to kick off the episode as the Club are set to take on the War Raiders. As now it seems as though we're kicking it off with a stare down here between Carl Anderson and Rowe. However, Anderson immediately right out of the gate charges towards him with the Luthez press. However, not even a one count there following the violent punches right to the face of Rowe. And you gotta think Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows are coming into this one with a lot of fury pent up for Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate after Anderson and Gallows walked into WrestleMania as the Raw Tag Team Champions before, well, as you can probably tell, being beaten by Dunne and Bate in their tag team debut for the main roster. However, right now, it's Carl Anderson who goes to pick up Rowe, but there you see Rowe using his raw power to firmly plant his feet to the ground, and now he's trying to fight back here with a belly-to-belly launching Carl Anderson across the ring. Okay, Anderson and Gallows, after losing their Raw Tag Team titles, they walked into this one, ladies and gentlemen, with a bit of a chip on their shoulder. However, it seems as though it's Rowe who's going for another belly-to-belly suplex, but Carl Anderson has read that book before. and has perfectly countered the belly-to-belly, and it seems as though this could spell disaster for any momentum that Rowe was hopefully looking to build for himself, as a brutal kick right to the skull connects, and there you see Gallows with a punch to Hansen with a bit of a cheap shot. Oh, and then a kick for good measure. And Gallows now 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count following a devastating punt kick by Luke Gallows after Rowe was slammed into the knee of Carl Anderson. And there you see Gallows 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count again, using his raw power, using his size to his advantage as he goes after the typically much more powerful member of the War Raiders in Rowe. Okay, Hansen, don't let their individual sizes fool you. Okay, Hansen, he can fly around like a cruiserweight, whereas Rowe can just throw people, launch people across the ring with the greatest of ease. However, tonight, Luke Gallows is the one throwing him into the air before his knee comes crashing down into the mat. And then there you see once again the universal sign of the club, that too sweet. Perhaps a bit of a shout out to both Finn Balor, who is the leader of the club by the way, and of course, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. However, there you see Rowe, he's trying to fight back here. He's trying now. Okay, Gallows, oh, perhaps a bit too cocky, a bit too arrogant, taunting the crowd here, or perhaps not, as he successfully dishes out the punishment with these strikes. And now it seems as though these two men are going back and forth with the punches here, and it's turning into a brawl. Back suplex by Rowe, but there you see Gallows. Gallows flips out of it as Hansen has his hand outstretched, aching to be tagged, but Gallows very intelligently standing in the way. As there you see, Gallows stands over him, once again taunting the crowd here. Oh, chokeslam position perhaps. Chokeslam position, but he gets the back elbows. And now, oh, Rowe with the knee out of nowhere. Sending him down to the mat before the knee collides with the jaw. Almost breaking the jaw perhaps of Gallows. And now Hansen's in, and he's on fire already. Charging towards Carl Anderson before using his own size on Luke Gallows, goes for the stomp. Gallows gets up, oh, but gets caught with another DDT, this time by Hansen. And Hansen now, oh, wait a second. Oh, using his own power to bring Carl Anderson into the ring. Okay, just with a clubbing shot to the back. And now, oh, wait a second, a few more clubbing shots as he goes for the punches over and over again. And Hansen now. Hansen's on fire here. What's he going for now? As there you see, charges towards Gallows, goes for the cover here. They could have it. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count. Hansen running in like a house of fire. However, Gallows, ooh, with a punch to the gut, perhaps trying to burn out that momentum, all right. But Hansen not having it as he sends him across the ring. Oh, and now makes the tag to Rowe. Hopefully he's healed up. Oh God, as though he just launches himself with the knees and then once again charges towards Gallows. But the knees right to the chest of Luke Gallows, launching him into the corner, launching him into the turnbuckles. And Rowe now, perhaps finally feeling his groove here as he, oh, stomps right on the stomach of Gallows and charges towards him with a forearm. Okay, the action all ready to kick off SmackDown. An incredibly fast-paced matchup is going a mile a minute here. And these two men, Gallows and Rowe, surprisingly showing off just how fast-paced they can make the matchup. However, there you see Hansen, wait a second, connecting! Connecting with the fallout! 1, 2, no, but Carl Anderson breaks up the count. You know, wait a second. Oh, Hansen not having it, taking him down with a kick in his own right. That's now once again going for the cover here. 1, 2, no, but Gallows at first being saved by Carl Anderson, but now, after taking a moment to catch his breath following the fallout, gets the shoulder up. And Gallows now gets back up to his feet, goes for a clothesline. Hansen catches him, however, kicks him in the gut, slams him down with the powerbomb, and Hansen now on fire. Oh, as there you see, he makes the tag to Rowe. And Rowe now, perhaps ready to put the final touches here on this matchup. But there you see Gallows, nonetheless, with the punches, with the strikes, trying to fight back against Rowe. He's got him against the ropes, but instead, it's Rowe with a forearm. And now, brings him down again with another brutal and critical knee strike right to the jaw of the former Raw Tag Team Champion. As there you see, Carl Anderson gets back to his feet, gets back onto the apron as he charges towards him, but instead it's Gallows who ducks underneath, throwing him across the ring. Oh, and launching him into the air! And Gallows with an impressive amount of strength, as there you see Rowe, speaking of strength, tags in Hansen, and Hansen now charges towards him, and here we go, Carl Anderson connects, and oh my god, Hansen, Hansen's still standing! After taking a massive kick to the face, Hansen is still standing! And Hansen now launches him and catches him there with a slam, going for the cover, 1, 2, no, and again only a 2 count. I'm still shocked that Hansen is still fighting after that running boot by Carl Anderson. As Anderson, with another boot, this time connecting with the gut of Hansen, one half of the War Raiders. As there you see Carl Anderson launches Hansen. Oh, wait a second, seems as though they got something in mind here. Gallows and Anderson, with the double back elbows. And then a leg drop senton combination. Just showing the world why they are such a devastating duo in the tag division. As once again, he launches himself into the air. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count again. There's no Gallows. Stares down Hansen. Waits for him to get up, and he does. He goes for a punch. Hansen, goes to strike back here. But there you see Gallows now. Launches him across the ring. However, Hansen now makes the tag. Okay, making the hot tag here as Rowe now. He's the one with the House of Fire right now. Launching himself towards Gallows. But there you see Gallows charges towards him. Instead, gets flung across the ring. And Rowe now, realizing that he may be the last key to success for the War Raiders. But Gallows catches him, grips him by the throat, and slams him down hard with the choke slam. And now, we've seen it before, connecting does Anderson and Gallows. 1, 2, 3. And the club, just like on Raw, have decided to show the world that they are a dominant faction with a horrific display. Okay, I'll admit the War Raiders, they did an excellent job. Okay, Hansen, in particular, showed off just how much he was willing to fight. Just showed how much heart and determination he had. However, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, Gallows and Anderson got the job done here as they stare off at the audience. And well, there you have it. Gallows and Anderson sending a warning to the New Day. Of course, the current SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And if I was the New Day, after that dominating display against the War Raiders, I would be nervous. However, ladies and gentlemen, we still got a hell of a show to get through. Okay, sure, we had a bit of a rocky start with Abby the Witch taking over the program for a few minutes. However, I can guarantee you this, the rest of the show, hopefully, will not have any more disturbances, as Finn Balor, the leader of the club, is set to take on the Intercontinental Champion, Drew McIntyre. But that's not all, as we have a hell of a main event. From Monday Night Raw, Roman Reigns has been drafted to SmackDown. He's getting a main event spotlight against the one and only Ricochet. If you've never seen Ricochet before, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat. It's the powerhouse versus the quick and agile. And I can't wait to see what happens. However, ladies and gentlemen, it seems as though our WWE Champion, the man who beat Kevin Owens to end his long reign of terror at WrestleMania, this man, Aleister Black, is here on SmackDown. However, that begs the question, ladies and gentlemen, what exactly does Aleister Black have to say to this audience? I can't wait to find out. He is the current WWE Champion. He fought in a hell of a battle against none other than Kevin Owens. Okay, Aleister Black has promised the world that he would become SmackDown's new protector, WWE's new protector in the absence of The Undertaker. And now that he has that WWE title, one has to wonder, perhaps he may just be able to replace The Undertaker's role as the top phenom of WWE. Okay, he's proven to be an incredible combatant. Of course, he has his own history with The Undertaker, beating him at Survivor Series. However, after Aleister Black beat Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, one has to wonder, what does he have to say? What does our new WWE Champion have to say after defeating the vile and dangerous Kevin Owens? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to find out right now. Oh, well, wait just a second. Well, Aleister Black telling the world that he is the new leader here in WWE, but Ricochet apparently deciding to make his presence known. Of course, I mentioned earlier, Ricochet is gonna be in our main event of the evening against Roman Reigns, but it seems as though Ricochet has decided to come out here and properly introduce himself, maybe, to the current WWE Champion. So, what exactly? Okay, you know what? I'm into it. Okay, I love me some Ricochet. If you've never seen him before, well, you're in for a treat, like I said earlier, but what exactly is he doing here? And oh well. Well, wait just a second, ladies and gentlemen. There you see him. We haven't seen Johnny Gargano since the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. He was challenging Kevin Owens for the WWE title before being powerbombed into oblivion. Okay, being injured, completely taken off of any WrestleMania plans, and it seems as though he's here tonight. Well, what a match we're going to be seeing in the next episode of SmackDown, as Ricochet will be taking on Johnny Gargano in a #1 contenders match for the WWE title, where the winner will be fighting the man who Ricochet just had a bit of a stare down with, Aleister Black, for the WWE title at Money in the Bank. And well, I can't wait for... Wait a sec, what the hell? What the hell? Well, I'm sorry, I'm a bit too... Okay, well, Andrade Cien Almas goes after Drew McIntyre! What the hell? Drew McIntyre is gonna have a match later on tonight. McIntyre is gonna have a match against Finn Balor later on tonight, and yet Andrade apparently has decided to attack our Intercontinental Champion backstage. Well, okay, well, I mean, after that massive announcement about the next episode of SmackDown, it seems that Andrade Cien Almas has attacked Drew. Is Drew McIntyre even going to be able to compete later on tonight? I have no idea. Well, to somehow turn our attention, okay, I'm being told right now medical staff are rushing toward the locker room to see what the hell that was all about, to see if Drew McIntyre is even fit to compete later on tonight. However, to get a bit of a break, we're going to turn our attention to even more action, as Lacey Evans is set to take on Candice LeRae, of course the wife of the now returning Johnny Gargano, as she is set to make her in-ring debut here on SmackDown. Okay, sure, she was a mainstay on NXT for some time. She didn't see too much success. However, every time we got the luxury and privilege of seeing Candice LeRae in action, well, it's hard to deny that on NXT, she definitely turned some heads. And tonight, perhaps in Candice's first matchup, she could be heading into the Money in the Bank ladder match. But Lacey Evans, ladies and gentlemen, I can only assume, is looking to make sure that that doesn't happen. This is a women's Money in the Bank ladder match qualifier as we get into it. Lacey Evans and Candice LeRae both looking to walk into that Money in the Bank ladder match and perhaps leave with the briefcase. And Candice LeRae immediately right out of the gate charging towards Lacey Evans. Oh, before a big kick there, taking her down, and Candice LeRae showing off her speed and athleticism almost immediately with the Hurricane Rana through the ropes before launching Lacey Evans back into the ring. And now Candice LeRae walks into the ring. Lacey Evans starting to get back to her feet. Oh, but she used those well-educated feet to kick her opponent right in the stomach as Lacey Evans perhaps trying to slow down the pace after just being jostled around within the first few seconds of this matchup by Candice LeRae. However, LeRae now, what the hell? What the hell? Turns into a springboard bulldog, and the agility by Candice LeRae. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count almost granted her access into that Money in the Bank ladder match. However, right now, wait a second, Lacey Evans going for a cover. 1, no, only a 1 count. Of course, Candice's husband, Johnny Gargano, will be looking to compete at Money in the Bank as well on the next episode of SmackDown if he can earn the right. But of course, that will not be an easy task for him, as his opponent is none other than Ricochet, the man who will be competing later on tonight in our main event of the evening. As the count of 4 by the referee, Lacey Evans getting some breathing room here, waiting for Candice LeRae to allow her back into the ring. Oh, there you see Lacey Evans with a few choice words there, and perhaps using that kiss as a bait as she kicks her right in the face. Going for, is it another cover here? 1, 2, 3, no, and she gets the shoulder up. Candice LeRae gets Lacey Evans off of her, following the kick right to the face, following the roll-up pinfall attempt. And now, Lacey Evans gets taken down, and once again the agility of Candice LeRae on full display here. And now it's Candice LeRae who perhaps has decided to talk a bit of smack here towards, Lacey Evans, as you hear the back of her head smack against the mat, and Lacey Evans flies to the outside! Candice flying to the outside, landing onto Lacey Evans with a brutal DDT, and Candice LeRae showing off that her moveset perhaps is almost as exciting as Ricochet himself. However, right now it looks like she is going for another cover here following the moonsault. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count. Perhaps a bit of a shout out to the former NXT General Manager Chris Jericho with that springboard moonsault landing right on the stomach, landing hard on Lacey Evans. But there you see Lacey with a big back elbow right to the jaw. But Candice is trying to fight back here, and Lacey Evans not having it as she connects with a backwards DDT, and then a stomp for good measure. But there you see Candice getting back to her feet, charges towards her, but then another kick, this time by Lacey Evans, right to the stomach. And drops her down. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count. These two women going back and forth. I will say this, Candice LeRae perhaps coming out right out of the gate here at her time on SmackDown with more explosive maneuvers. However, Lacey Evans is looking to tear apart her opponent psychologically, and as you can see, and physically. As Lacey, there you see, just taunting the crowd again. As Candice gets back to her feet behind her, and Candice waits for her to turn around and charges towards her, right with the clothesline. Leaping into the air, launching herself towards Lacey Evans as she pulls her near the middle of the ring. No, wait a second. Perhaps she's got her here. She's got her. The Gargano escape. The Gargano escape. Candice LeRae looking to tap out Lacey Evans, and she does. And Candice LeRae with a massive victory here against Lacey Evans in her first match on SmackDown, and she's the first combatant competing in a Money in the Bank ladder match. Candice LeRae, the first woman entering that Money in the Bank ladder match, and perhaps if she was as successful here tonight as she perhaps could be at that pay-per-view, well then maybe she'll be leaving with the briefcase. And there you see Candice LeRae celebrating a massive victory. However, now I want to turn your attention to Ember Moon. Well, of course, Ember Moon, ladies and gentlemen, alluding to the fact that at WrestleMania, Alexa Bliss cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase on Ember Moon after Ember Moon fought in a hell of a battle between herself and Bayley, and that is, of course, before Bayley and Sasha Banks, as we saw on Monday Night Raw, decided to let their voices be heard by the use of their cheap attacks on Ember Moon. Okay, of course, Ember Moon has been dealing with Bayley for months, but now it seems as though she's turned her attention to Alexa Bliss, specifically the woman who, in her own right, I would argue fairly decided to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase. Sure, I get it. Some may see that as a bit of a cheap way to cash in, but it was her right to do so. Okay, just like how at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, which we are building into, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who leaves with that briefcase can cash in at any time. However, ladies and gentlemen, Alexa Bliss, she just chose to do it that night at WrestleMania on Ember Moon. However, tonight, somebody else who was attacked is none other than Drew McIntyre, the man who earlier on was attacked by Andrade Cien Almas backstage, the man who is scheduled to compete in a few moments against this man, the leader of the club, the man who fought and ultimately lost to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. However, it took a lot to keep Finn Balor down. He is the first ever Universal Champion. He is a former World Champion. He's the leader of the club, all for a reason. Because he is one of the best competitors we have, like him or not, on SmackDown now that he's been drafted over. Okay, we saw Gallows and Anderson earlier on tonight get their own win against the War Raiders. And tonight, Finn Balor, he's looking to replicate that success against the current Intercontinental Champion. But that begs the question, is he even here? Okay, we hear his music. Is he even cleared to compete against Finn Balor? And the crowd watch on in anticipation, and there he is! Well, there you see the Intercontinental Champion, Drew McIntyre. Now, I'll say this. I don't know if this is really a smart idea. But, I mean, I get it. Okay, McIntyre, he's not one to back down from a fight. He's not one to just run away from a fight if the going gets tough. Okay, if he's hurt, which I can only assume that he is walking into this. Okay, he took an arm trap DDT on the floor backstage in the locker room. So, what will our current Intercontinental Champion do? Is he even ready? I don't even know if he was medically cleared to compete here tonight against Finn Balor. However, I do know this. Finn Balor is walking in with a loss to Brock Lesnar. Okay, he must also still be hurt from his match with Lesnar at WrestleMania. However, oh, it looks like he's not looking to show it as he hits him with the sling blade there. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count off the sling blade, but already you can see Drew McIntyre. Okay, if he was healthy, if he was really fit to compete, he probably would have kicked out of that a lot sooner. Yet, nonetheless, Drew McIntyre is still showing that he has those guts, that heart, the determination to still fight. As the Intercontinental Champion gets taken down with a kick. Okay, of course, Drew McIntyre, we saw as we were leading into WrestleMania, he successfully defended his Intercontinental title against Andrade Cien Almas. He goes for a cover, though. Does Finn Balor 1, 2. No, only a 2 count after a showcase of his agility, getting out of that back suplex, hitting him, spiking him with a DDT. Yeah, McIntyre is still kicked out. Okay, as I was saying, Drew McIntyre leading into WrestleMania. He didn't have any plans for WrestleMania, unfortunately. However, on the SmackDown before, as there you see again, the agility on display here by Finn Balor, the leader of the club, who's using this as an opportunity to take down the champion. As we saw, Drew McIntyre successfully defended his title, his Intercontinental title, against Andrade Cien Almas, and judging by that attack backstage, something tells me Andrade, is not finished with McIntyre. However, as you can see, Finn Balor just taking this opportunity to taunt the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. As now, wait a second, he throws him across the ring into a dropkick with his back landing hard against the turnbuckles. And now, there you see Finn Balor. Finn Balor deciding to taunt the crowd again, to taunt Drew McIntyre. Okay, he's the Intercontinental Champion. And you can see right now he keeps getting up. No matter how hard you hit him, he will always get up. He's proven to be an incredible competitor here on SmackDown. And as the Intercontinental Champion, an incredible champion as well, as he hits him there with the skulls colliding. And McIntyre trying to fight back here. As Finn Balor, who hasn't really taken any sort of punishment in this matchup, takes a giant claymore to the face. 2, 3, no, and Finn Balor gets the shoulder up. Drew McIntyre, perhaps with the last gasp there, hitting him as hard as he can with the claymore kick. As now, he tries to feed off the energy of the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Drew McIntyre trying to battle through any sort of pain, any sort of hurt that he must be feeling, and this time he finally connects with the back suplex. He tried it twice before. Each time Finn Balor got out of it, but McIntyre now can't stop the punishment. 2. No, and only a 2 count. Just like how he's halted the momentum of Finn Balor here tonight. And the leader of the club gets up as AJ Styles watches on, and another back suplex connecting. And now again, another cover. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. Perhaps the desperation on the face of Drew McIntyre is starting to form. As there you see a sling blade and turns it into a brutal dropkick. We saw that at WrestleMania, and it seems as though he's officially added it to his repertoire of moves with a sling blade before a brutal kick to the skull. And McIntyre gets taken down. Now it's Finn, who perhaps 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. Perhaps it's Finn Balor now with the desperate pinfall attempts. As the leader of the club, looks to make an example out of Drew McIntyre. McIntyre trying to battle and fight as much as he can as he slams him down with the back suplex. And there you see McIntyre feeling the energy, feeling that Scottish Fury course through his veins, as now he's got him and he uses his raw power to slam him down into the mat. Now there you see McIntyre gearing up. Gearing up for something. Oh, goes for a strike. But there you see, it's Finn Balor who strikes back. And then another punch there. Turns him around. And McIntyre gets taken down by Finn Balor. The lifting DDT connecting. And now another pinfall attempt here. 1, 2, 3. No, and again! Finn Balor can't believe it, as McIntyre somehow, after all the damage he's taken throughout the entire course of the night, is still battling. And McIntyre pushes the arm down. McIntyre pushes the arm down. He's trying to fight back, but instead he gets a brutal knee right to the gut. But now it's a kick right to the thigh. And McIntyre out of nowhere! 1, 2, 3. No, and he gets the shoulder up, does Finn. McIntyre hitting him with a Claymore, hitting him with a future shock, yet Finn Balor proving just how unstoppable he is as he's trying to fight back, trying to show up that resiliency, trying to show off that heart, that need, that desire for a win. Oh, wait a second. He ducks underneath the clothesline, though. Thus, Finn Balor catching him. 1916 connects. And Drew McIntyre, 1, 2, 3, unsuccessful here tonight. However, you have to commend him for his absolutely incredible display of heart and determination. However, it's Finn Balor who some would call completely heartless, getting the job done here. Okay, McIntyre hit him with the Claymore, hit him with the future shock. But in the end, it's that 1916 that puts away the Intercontinental Champion. And with AJ Styles watching on, and with Gallows and Anderson getting a victory earlier on in the evening, you gotta think the club's time here on SmackDown kicks off with a bang. As there you see Finn Balor, the universal sign of the club, with the Too Sweet, the leader of the club, gets the job done. However, ladies and gentlemen, I just mentioned Gallows and Anderson a few moments ago. Well, they will be in action next week as Seth Rollins will be teaming up with Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins, after losing his match at WrestleMania, will be looking to get a massive victory alongside Roman Reigns in this epic tag team contest. But that's not all. As next episode, okay, we heard it here first. Ricochet and the returning Johnny Gargano are set for action. And the winner will be going on to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view event to compete for the WWE title. It's a #1 contenders match, and I can't wait to see what happens. However, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event of the evening. Coming out first, Roman Reigns. Undeniably one of the most powerful forces to join SmackDown over the draft. He's an incredible competitor, recently aligning himself with Seth Rollins. Okay, those two have been looking to dominate the tag team division, and tonight, Roman Reigns is perhaps looking to show the world that he can also dominate the singles division against the newly acquired Ricochet. And I can't wait to see if Roman Reigns can do it. Okay, Roman Reigns has the raw power and strength advantage walking into this matchup. However, Ricochet, clearly, he has the more acrobatic advantage walking into this one. He's got the speed, he's got the quickness, he's got the agility. So it's the raw power versus the agile. It's Roman Reigns versus Ricochet. And I can't wait to see, ladies and gentlemen, what happens. As there you see him, Roman Reigns. He knows how important this matchup is for him. And Seth Rollins. Okay, Seth Rollins is coming off of a massive loss at WrestleMania. He lost in a Universal title match against Adam Cole. And tonight, Roman Reigns, for the two of them, is perhaps looking to gain some momentum, as Roman alongside Seth Rollins will be walking in to the next episode of SmackDown looking for a fight in that tag team matchup. But of course, Ricochet, you gotta think, he wants to get his own momentum walking in to the next episode of SmackDown, as Ricochet is looking to perhaps become the next #1 contender for the WWE title. This is a big fight feel, ladies and gentlemen. This is a dream match in the making. And there you see him. Ricochet. King Ricochet, as his Twitter handle suggests, is looking to show the world why he is perhaps the new king of SmackDown in this main event of the evening. And there you see immediately, only in his entrance, already in his entrance, he shows off that incredible speed and agility. Okay, just showing the world, showing Roman Reigns in particular, that with the greatest of ease, he can flip around the ring with an incredible pace. Okay, Roman Reigns, Ricochet, these two very different competitors are looking to collide here. It's the main event of the evening. Reigns, Ricochet, and the bell has rung. Let's get into it. As there you see, Ricochet's got the black and red attire. Roman Reigns, all black as usual. However, ladies and gentlemen, I've said it before, it doesn't matter what you look like, it matters what you can do, and these two men can pull off some incredible feats, whether it be of strength or of agility. However, even though these two have their own specific advantages coming into this one, ladies and gentlemen, one has to argue, as these two have decided to kick off the matchup with a few collar and elbow tie-ups, who exactly has the technical advantage. No, I think it's very even indeed between these two in terms of that aspect. I would say that Ricochet perhaps has the technical advantage walking into this one. I don't know. We're going to find out either way, though, as Ricochet gets taken down by Roman Reigns. Over there you see Ricochet, very quick to use those educated feet to wrap his legs around Roman Reigns' neck. However, ladies and gentlemen, nonetheless, it's Ricochet once again who has his arms wrapped around his neck, this time with a headlock, but there you see Roman Reigns launching him into the air before taking him down with a Samoan drop. As Roman Reigns stands there staring down Ricochet, you have to wonder, what is Seth Rollins thinking watching this matchup? Now, as you can probably tell, Seth Rollins, who would normally be out here alongside Roman, has apparently opted out of joining Roman Reigns in this main event matchup. Okay, of course, Roman didn't join Seth Rollins. Okay, perhaps Roman Reigns realized at WrestleMania that Seth Rollins' time was there. It wasn't with him. It was by himself in that Universal title match. Ooh, and he lost. Seth Rollins perhaps with a very similar mindset. Roman Reigns realizing this is a big-time main event. Perhaps he wanted to come out here and prove himself as a singles competitor. Roman didn't join Seth, and Seth lost. Will Roman follow in those similar footsteps? We're going to find out, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, wait a second, Roman Reigns, he's been taken down. 1, 2, no, only a 1 count there. Ricochet trying to get that immediate victory here against Roman Reigns to turn our attention back to him. Okay, Seth Rollins isn't here. That's completely true. You know who is here is Roman Reigns. And Ricochet, as Ricochet, oh, look at this, flies over the top rope. Ricochet completely clears the top rope as he throws him back into the ring. And now, oh, wait a second, he waits for Roman Reigns to get up here. Roman does, as Ricochet, oh, this time using that top rope to his advantage. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count with a springboard European uppercut. And Ricochet showing off immediately. Okay, now that he's trying to control the pace of the matchup, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I think the collar and elbow tie-ups, oh, are completely out of the matchup, and now we're turning this into a fight, and that's perhaps exactly what Roman Reigns needs. Okay, sure, he's a powerhouse, but he's also an expert brawler. That's the kind of professional wrestling that he has mastered. Ricochet, he has mastered these well, moves like this, okay, just, oh, working a mile a minute here, and there you see, a kick to the face, before another one and a neckbreaker flying through the ropes, connecting with a neckbreaker. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count. And now you're seeing exactly what I meant earlier on, okay, the differences between two men, between these two men, are starting to show. Roman Reigns, he's an expert brawler. He is an expert powerhouse. Yeah, it's Ricochet with an incredible amount of, speed and agility. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count. What a maneuver! Okay, I don't mean to sound like your Poppy's favorite commentator, but what a maneuver indeed, using his own strength, just crushing the back of his head, crushing the neck of Roman Reigns there. And now Ricochet looks out at Roman Reigns, sends him to the outside, and now Ricochet, or perhaps sees this as an opportunity as the referee counts the 2 here, and now Ricochet, here we go, Ricochet! Learning why they call it high-risk action! And the cover 1, 2, and Roman Reigns looking to take advantage of that nasty spill to the floor! Okay, Ricochet seemed to have something in mind here, perhaps giving Roman Reigns a bit too long to breathe, to, catch his breath. As Ricochet goes to fly towards Roman Reigns, and Reigns now, there you see, expertly slowing down the pace of the matchup now that he's getting a chance to, as he, connects with a trifecta of suplexes there, and now Roman Reigns looks out at the crowd here, and Ricochet with a terrible landing right on the back. And now it seems as though Roman Reigns is looking to focus on that perhaps injured back. Going for the cover. 1, 2, 3. No, and only a 2 count there again. And I have to say, okay, this is Ricochet's first match here on SmackDown, but after that horrible landing, I wouldn't be surprised if it's his last, as Roman Reigns connects with a Superman punch. 1, 2, 3. No, and he gets the shoulder up. I was expecting that to be a quick victory for Roman Reigns. However, Ricochet, perhaps showing off like Drew McIntyre earlier on, perhaps showing off that he still has, some fight left in him, showing off that he has that heart and determination, going to pick him up on his shoulders. But there you see, Ricochet's back gives out following that horrible landing. Ricochet unable to keep Roman Reigns up on his shoulders for whatever he had in mind. Instead, collapsing, and now perhaps his chances at winning this matchup are steadily declining and collapsing. As he just gets brought down onto that bottom rope. And the strikes by Roman Reigns, expertly timed, expertly placed before running into the dropkick. And Ricochet now just absolutely unable to fight. And the cover again. 1, 2, 3. No, and again! Ricochet getting the shoulder up as Roman Reigns. He looks incredibly pissed off. Looks like he can't even believe it. Okay, Roman Reigns hitting him with everything. Yet Ricochet kicking out of everything. And now being thrown across the ring and onto that back. Ricochet's back, ladies and gentlemen, ever since landing hard on the outside, okay, off the top rope all the way to the floor on the outside, Roman Reigns, moved out of the way as Ricochet was sent crashing. And as Roman Reigns continues on, perhaps Ricochet may be over. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count again. Getting the shoulder up as there you see Ricochet. He gets back to his feet. He's trying to fight back here. He's trying to fight through the pain. But, as Ricochet, after being, manhandled by Roman Reigns over the past few moments in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Ricochet's own mistake of flying to the outside, landing hard on the outside, perhaps could spell disaster as Roman Reigns immediately and quickly turns the pendulum of momentum back in his way. And now, well, there you see Roman Reigns, just the brawler within him. The anger within him. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count again. The anger within him being unleashed here on Ricochet in this big-time main event as both men tried their damnedest to get the job done. As Ricochet, wait a second, gets thrown over the top. Roman Reigns sees this as an opportunity, but perhaps Ricochet, perhaps using this as an opportunity in his own right, going for the cover here. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. Ricochet launches over the top rope, goes for a pinfall attempt, but Roman Reigns nonetheless fights back with a Superman punch. 2, 3, no, and again! Ricochet battling through the pain! He's been hit with not 1 but 2 Superman punches. His back, which must be in a lot of pain at this point, has been completely decimated by Roman Reigns as he goes for, looks like he was going perhaps for a spear or a leaping clothesline. Nonetheless, though, Ricochet ducked it, and perhaps this could be his moment to fight back. But Roman Reigns not giving him the chance to do so as he's got him on the ropes. But there you see Ricochet launches him to the outside, and perhaps this could finally be the moment for Ricochet to get a bit of a breather here as Roman Reigns, he gets back to his feet and Ricochet flies! Ricochet this time launches to the outside and lands picture perfectly on Roman Reigns. Okay, as Ricochet waits for Roman Reigns to get up, perhaps seeing this as an opportunity with a DDT, dropping him face first in the middle of the ring. This could be Ricochet's chance. 2, 3, no, and he gets the shoulder up. Ricochet perhaps finally seeing this as his chance to get a victory, his chance to continue fighting, his chance to perhaps, on his first night on SmackDown, leave with a win in the main event. However, Roman Reigns, he's a very difficult opponent to defeat, as we've seen before here in the WWE. He is almost impossible to beat. However, right now, Ricochet, former NXT champion Ricochet, showing off why that statement is completely true as he connects with a dropkick. And Ricochet now, 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count following an incredible sequence of maneuvers. Yet nonetheless, it's Roman Reigns who kicks out, and Ricochet perhaps sees this as an opportunity, as a potential victory, if he can continue the momentum, if he can keep up the pace. But there you see a horrific clubbing shot to the back, and now a clothesline, and another one for good measure, as Roman Reigns, with his own trifecta of destructive lariats. As now, wait a second, Roman Reigns, he's hit it once, he's hit it twice, will he hit it a third time? Superman punch, no! Ricochet fights back, and now, off the middle rope with a moonsault. Oh, and he's not done though, he's not done off the top. Oh, shooting star! 1, 2, no, and again, only a 2 count. Ricochet showing off his agility with not only a moonsault, but a shooting star press off the top. And yet, Ricochet unable to keep Roman down. Both men showing off to the world just how much heart, how much determination they have, how much they need this victory as a punch to the back, and again for good measure as Roman trying to slow down the pace as both men go up to the top. Oh my god! And a back suplex there. And the cover, a back suplex off the top. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. That previously injured back, ladies and gentlemen, from earlier on in the match, perhaps coming back to haunt Ricochet, but Ricochet nonetheless. Wait a second, Ricochet kicks him in the head. He picks him up on his shoulders. This time connects with the kick. And Ricochet now goes up to the top. Roman turns around. 630 connecting. 1, 2, 3, and this one's over. My God. Roman Reigns with a superplex off the top. The back superplex off the top following that horrific landing you just saw in the replays. Roman Reigns hit him with everything. Ricochet fought back, and he needed everything in his arsenal, including that always beautiful yet always devastating 630 to get the job done. Ricochet, in his first match on SmackDown, proves to the world why he is a top-tier athlete. And I expect big things for this man in the future. As ladies and gentlemen, Ricochet celebrates, I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching this one. Ricochet, he must be in pain. He must be hurt. Yet Roman Reigns, ladies and gentlemen, who put on a hell of a fight, who put up a hell of a fight, alright, still unable to defeat Ricochet at the end of this matchup. What the hell? We saw Abby the Witch kick off SmackDown, and wait a second, the Fiend! And the Fiend with the claw! The Fiend with the mandible claw! On Roman Reigns? Well, Roman Reigns was just attacked by the Fiend, and I don't know what to say. It looks like the new monster of WWE has turned his attention to Roman Reigns.